Okay, this next one is still on the same assignment, but it is on the other side. It's the practice, and we're looking at number 6. Number 6 says 9m minus 14 equals negative 8. All right. So as I'm reminded, let me look at my notes from earlier. First step is we're adding and subtracting my plane number. The second step is I'm going to be multiplying or dividing. We forgot to add that up here. This is my coefficient. This is the number with variable. Okay. So first of all, we're looking for that plane number. I draw my line so I can indicate left side versus right. My plane number right here is a minus 14. I'm going to add 14. Making sure that I put a plus sign. A negative 14 and a positive 14 will cancel each other out. The 9m is brought down. Don't forget about that. Some of you like to forget. My equal sign is brought down. And then the difference between the 14 and 8. Maybe I'm not great at integers, and that's okay. I could set up my scoreboard. 8 points belong to the nobodies. 14 points belong to the positives. So I know that my answer is positive. And then I would say, well, the Panthers won, but by how many points? You could even pull to the side, work it out. The answer is 6. My last step, I'm left with a number attached to my variable equal to something. I know that because I see multiplication, I'm going to have to divide. I would divide by 9, and I would do that to both sides. Keeping in mind, we are using a fraction bar rather than a division sign. Okay, we don't use that little division sign anymore. 9 divided by 9 is 1, which leaves me with just 1m. Okay, no need to draw in that 1 in front. And then this right here is a fraction of 6/9. It's not improper, and I don't need to turn it into a decimal, but what I do need to do is simplify it, because I know that 6 and 9 can both be divided by 3. So 6 divided by 3 is equal to 2. 9 divided by 3 is equal to 3. M is equal to 2/3. Okay. If I wanted to check, my check would look like this. 9m minus 14 equals negative 8. Plug in 2/3 here. 9 times 2/3. And remember, parentheses show multiplication. And then I rewrote everything. First step is I'm going to be multiplying. I am multiplying fractions here. To change 9 into a fraction is simply putting it over 1. So I'm pulling over to the side and I'm going to work this out. I don't need a common denominator. I just need to make sure they're both fractions, which they are, and now I multiply. 9 times 2 is 18, and 1 times 3 is 3. Okay, remember, this is pulled to the side to work out. Back to my problem. I bring down my minus 14. I bring down my negative 8. So 18 divided by 3. I need to actually work that out. And it looks familiar because I feel like I just did that problem a little while ago. Oh, I did, look. I did the 18 divided by 3. This is a different problem, but still the same work. 18 divided by 3 is 6 because 3 goes into 18 6 times. Bring down that minus 14, bring down the negative 8. And then again, if I'm not great at integers, positive Panthers, negative nobodies. These 6 points belong to the Panthers. These minus or negative 14 points belong to the nobodies. Who wins the game? Ooh, the nobodies. By how many? You would just ask yourself, what is the difference between 14 and 6? We subtract and I got 8. Bring that down. And as long as this statement remains true, negative 8 equals negative 8, I did this question